Hi, I'm David Cooper from E-Pianos and Whitley Bay Organs. Today I've got two lovely organs to show you. This is the Bemore Genesis and this is the Bemore Discovery. Now these two models are made in the Netherlands by a very clever guy called Richard van Kuij. And what he's done is he's brought all these new ideas into organs which haven't really been thought of by making them a bit more user-friendly to the modern world. What you can do, you can even import the styles from a Roland or a Korg or a Ketron keyboard or a Yamaha keyboard into the style section, so you've got a more varied range of backings. So these two instruments are, they look very similar. The shiny finish on the Genesis makes it a little bit more pretty in its look. It's got quite a high sheen to it, and it's a lot chunkier. If you look at the depth of, if we put the depth of the wood, it's a lot chunkier compared to the narrower that you get on the Discovery model. So the sort of chunkiness and the way that it looks is much grander on the Genesis model. They've both got this 10.5 inch touchscreen that we can go into to select all our sounds and our choices, and that makes it really clear to use. But one of the great things about this screen is it's all so visible all the time. So if you want to go into styles, you can go into style choices here, or we can go into the categories, and then they change our box of 10 on here. We've got an up and down button here that we can go through all the selections on the screen. So if I go into this one here, we can go through all the selections and it changes them, and then we can just go into the one that we want. Now each one also has this row of 10 along the bottom, 10 upper and 10 lower selections, and you can fill these up with your best sound sections and have them always ready to choose from any particular style that you're using. So you might have a selection of 10 of your favourite theatre organ settings, or 10 of your favourite solo or big band or whatever you want settings, and they can be loaded in here, and then you can just touch there to change the upper keyboard and all the sections change, or the lower we can change. So you can always have 10 one-touch settings ready to select just from the bottom of the screen here. And then the other thing you can do, a bit like the keyboards in most of the ranges now, you can have some of your favourite ones that can come up when you're playing. And on over here on the left hand side, look, we've got variation 1, 2, 3, and we can load in our first 3 or 4 settings so they come up with the variation button. So very easy to give us all of our best selections just from going in and then choosing what we want on the lower and the upper from the way that the screen is set. There are other things on this screen that we've got effects and EQ we can go into, all the balances and the attack and the release of the sounds, if it's transposed, if we've got up an octave or down an octave in any of the sections. So it's very easy just to go in and tweak something, but it's always all on view. And that's one of the big changes from a lot of the older organs, where you just chose from the styles or from the voices. You can do it all from this screen, and it makes it really quick to select. Now on this one, this is the Genesis, so we've got all of the drawbars for the upper keyboard and the lower keyboard all on the panel here, and that's one of the upgrades that you get from the Genesis Home. Whereas on the Discovery, if you look over here, look, now we haven't got any of those drawbars. The organ sounds are brilliant within the instrument, but you don't get quite as many things that you can just touch on and adjust. It hasn't got quite so many, but for many of you, you'll just use the presets anyway, so these drawbars aren't quite so important. So they've both got the 10.5 inch touchscreen, just the same on this one, that we can go in and we can change things and have our selections. The chunkiness of the shiny high gloss finish on the Genesis just makes it look a bit grander. The speaker system's better. There are more sounds and styles in each section, whereas on the Bemore Discovery they've just cut it down a little bit, made it a little bit narrower, a little bit lighter, and you've still got the screen, but you lose all the drawbars, okay? And just a few sounds in each section will be missing. I've gone into the Theatre Full setting, which is in the BMS button, and I've got Theatre Full and I've got Theatre Organ Mellow as the two I'm going to show you. And when I go into them, we've got the lower keyboard sounds and the upper keyboard sounds are all in there. We've got a Theatre Combi 1, Theatre Mix, Tibia Vox, Theatre the Big One, and we can just go through and change them while we're playing. So I'll just play something and give you an idea, okay? So Theatre Combi 1. organ mellow. Sound, isn't it? Okay, that's the theatres and it's the Bemore Discovery.